Hafaday? Hafaday, good afternoon. I'd like to thank all of you for being here today. Today, we are going to recognize different law enforcement agencies, different personnel who assisted in our very intense, very comprehensive PFQT standards for our law enforcement. So I want to take this time to congratulate each and every one of you for your hard work and dedication. And really, it was gratis, no, because you did it for free. You didn't receive additional funding. And I know you put in a lot of hours, a lot of personal time. So thank you for that. I'd like to call Senator Lee forward. And I know this might be a little bit unorthodox, but we do have some senator-elects in the room. So I'd also like to invite Senator Barnes, if she can join us, please. Okay. So I'm going to just call you guys up, and then we'll do the resolution. Lieutenant Mark Torrey. Andrew Kitagwa, Scott Wade. Scott Wade, Darren Caldwell. And if, I'm sorry, I don't have your ranks here, so please forgive me. Michael Archangel. Okay. Rodel Sevilla. Randall Uggan. John Gamboa. Edward Charfris. Magdalena Napati. Benjamin Cruz. This is not this former speaker. Benjamin Cruz. Jonine Terlahi. Arthur Paulino. Did we miss you? I did. David Brantley. Cheryl Delfino. The Honorable Jonathan Kwan, Magistrate Judge and former GPD Legal Advisor. Sana Santos, John Meno, Ryan Agigi. You can come forward. Sarah Taguacta, Nadine Calvo, John Roberto, Jonas Esquadra, Michelle Kitutu, Charles McDonald, Raymond Blas, John Pangilinan, Jesse Santos Torres, David Esplana, Helen Tovis, Robert Camacho, Raymond Mantanonia, Daniel Stone, Ray Santos, Margie Pareda, Lenny Hernandez, Patrick Feherin, Roderick Meno, Dean Soriano, Dean Uggan, Andy Lee, Brian Torres, Jonathan Nedadog, Mark Uggan, Chuck Flores, Gage Santos, Faye Sanchez, Joey Pakaigui, Jesse Cabrera, Roy Haynes, Paul Vibar, Rudy Gaza, Anthony Morcilla, Mark Camacho, Anthony Duenas, Mary Gillen, Joaquin Mesa, Pedro Lezama, Brian Cruz, Anthony Camacho, Anthony Blas, Basil O'Malley, David Afeison, Celia Salas, Edward Buendicho, Richard Mendiola, Sean Nelson, Chief J.I. Cruz, and of course, Dennis Santo Tomas. So the accomplishments was so long that we had to put it on two pages. And I'll just read the first piece, and then Senator Lee will read a couple paragraphs. Relative to recognizing and commending the members of the Peace Officer Standards and Training Post-Commission's Research and Development Subcommittee for their work and contributions towards the enactment of Public Law 34-136. relative to developing entity-specific physical fitness programs, health and nutrition programs, and the physical fitness qualifications test standards, and to further expressing undankulu nasidus masi to them for their commitment to helping to improve the overall health and well-being of the more than 1,100 governments of Guam Category 1 and 2 peace officers who continue to serve and protect our island and people. Just read all the way down to there.
Be it resolved by the Committee on Rules of Iminatransay Quachu na Legislature and Guahan, whereas a peace officer is a sworn officer who acts in the capacity to uphold the law, which at times may be dynamic and requires certain physical capabilities. And whereas physical fitness is paramount to the nature of core activities associated with Guam's peace officers, our local law enforcement entities, and the ability to keep our island safe and protect our people. And whereas in 1998, Public Law 24-145 established the Peace Officer Standards and Training Post-Commission, which was initially created with the intention of developing regulations and minimum professional standards to serve as the basis for the uniform recruitment operation of Government of Guam law enforcement entities, and later extended to include Guam's Category 1 and 2 police officers. And whereas since 1998, several pieces of legislation, including Public Laws 29-112, Public Law 31-99, 32-232, 34-49 have been passed, which were all aimed at improving and updating Guam law, as well as the rules and regulations regarding the Post Commission. Whereas the Post Commission's current Category 1 and 2 peace officer member entities are the Guam Police Department, Guam Department of Education, Customs and Quarantine Agency, Port Authority of Guam, AB Wanpat International Airport Authority, Guam, Guam Fire Department, Department of Agriculture, Department of Corrections, Judiciary of Guam, Department of Parks and Recreation, Office of the Attorney General, and the Department of Youth Affairs. And whereas Public Law 34-49, which was signed into law by Imegalahin Guahan on October 13th, 2017, sought to amend the rules and regulations of the Post Commission and mandated that the Commission submit modified or new Physical Fitness Qualifications Test, PFQT, standards recommendations for adoption by a legislature in Guahan, which included a 1, physical fitness program, 2, a health and nutrition program, and 3, a physical fitness qualifications test. Whereas in response to the provisions contained in Public Law 34-49, the Commission established a research and development subcommittee to determine suitable physical fitness programs for the Commission's member entities.
And whereas the R&D subcommittee invested countless working hours to identify, develop, and establish agency-specific physical fitness qualification test standards, their close collaboration helped streamline research, eliminate duplication of effort, and standardize areas where functions were similar. The results and findings of the R&D subcommittee were subsequently approved by the Post Commission and submitted to Legislator in Guahan. On October 22, 2008, Bill number 365-34, which reflected the recommendations of the Post Commission on the Physical Fitness Qualification Standards, and Legislator in Guahan's Committee on Housing, Utilities, Public Safety, and Homeland Security convened a public hearing on the bill on November 1, 2018, where a majority of the Post Commission's members' entities were present to provide testimony and explain the PFQT standards recommendations specific to their respective entities. And on December 12, 2018, an act to add subsection 3116 to Chapter 3 of Title 27, Guam Administrative Rules and Regulations, relative to the adoption of the Peace Officer Standards and Training, Post-Commission's Physical Fitness Qualification Test Standards, was signed into law by Imagalahan Guahan and designated as Public Law 34-136. Be it resolved that the Committee on Rules of Imanay Transay Quachu na Legislator in Guahan Does hereby, on behalf of Ihalis Latour Guahan and the people of Guam, recognize and commend the members of the Peace Officer Standards and Training Commission's Research and Development Subcommittee for their work and contributions toward the enactment of Public Law 34-136, relative to developing entity-specific physical fitness programs, health and nutrition programs, and physical fitness qualification test standards. And as further expressed, undanklu nasidusmasi to them for their commitment to helping to improve the overall health and well-being of more than 1,100 governments of Guam Category 1 and 2 peace officers who continue to serve and protect our island, and be it further resolved that the Speaker and the Chairperson of the Committee on Rules certify that the Legislative Secretary attest to the adoption hereof, and that copies of the same be thereafter transmitted to all the people that I named on the list, and be it further resolved to the Honorable Edward J.B. Calvo y Magalahan Guahan. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Oh, yeah. So I will give the first copy to the Executive Director of the Post Commission, and I'll also give him the mic so he can say a couple words.
Okay, it's been a Happy New Year, first of all. It's been a long road. Again, I just want to thank all the men and women here today and all the agencies. Again, what we're doing today is we're laying tremendous and monumental groundwork for future academies of law enforcement peace officers. And what these are going to be all of our grandsons and granddaughters that are going to be part of the island's future peace force. So again, I just want to thank you for all the time that you've dedicated into this, all the man and women hours that you put into this, because what you put in will be of great benefit to our agencies in the future. So again, Happy New Year.
And then I believe we have a representative that would like to say a couple words from each agency. So we'll start with GPD.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for this the recognition offered to the Research and Development Subcommittee. If it weren't for the support of the Post Commission to begin with the Executive Director Santo Tomas, Chief J.I. Cruz, former Director Chair Bob Camacho, and of course Colonel Vincent Perez from Customs and Quarantine, we wouldn't, and all the directors of the respective agencies who supported their respective representatives for the subcommittee. Kudos to you, sirs, and everybody else who supported, and of course the R&D team, everybody who's here and everybody who's not here. Thank you very much for coming out and supporting the effort when given the time and the opportunity to. We can bid farewell forever to the AFI. No offense against towards our Air Force brothers, but we got this. This is we've got something now that we can call our own, and I think there's a lot to be said about that. So thank you very much.
Then we have Guam Department of Education, a representative.
All right, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank Lieutenant Torrey. He has been tremendous, and he guided us, Department of Education. Being that we are under special circumstances as Category 2 officers, he has guided us and helped us see this through. Then I would also like to thank my staff, my R&D team, and the Post team. Thank you for assisting me. And of course, my administrator, Mr. Anderson, to guide me and help me through this. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Do we have a representative from the Port Authority of Guam? Okay. How about Guam International Airport? Okay, right. Here, you want to.
Happy New Year, everyone. We would just like to say thank you very much for being a part. Even though we're the latecomers to the Post Commission, we're very much happy to be a part of it now. I know the men and women at the ARF, the Aircraft Rescue and Firefighting Division, are excited to be a part of the commission. But I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge a tremendous amount of help from Lieutenant Torrey, as well as our brothers and sisters over at the Guam Fire Department, who helped us do the catch-up game to make sure we become compliant as well. So thank you very much. We're excited for what's to come. Thank you.
And then the Guam Fire Department.
Hafaday, I'm Roderick Meno with Guam Fire Search and Rescue Operations. I've been gracefully tasked by Chief Joey to take care of this project for our department-specific agility tests. Through the guidance of Lieutenant Tori and all members of the R&D committee, we wouldn't be anywhere where we're at right now. Thank you also to Chief Uggan in our training bureau, ensuring that all documents and all personnel are notified throughout the department. Thank you to Andy Lee, who are our videographer, and he's been my tech-savvy guy, getting all our documents in order. We have our physical fitness formulator, Captain Brian Torres, and Lieutenant John Netadog, ensuring that the course that we put together for Guam Fire Department is specifically run and the way to the T. Thank you very much, everybody.
And our conservation officers, Department of Agriculture.
Thank you, Senator. On behalf of the Guam Conservation Officers, I want to thank everybody involved in this program. This is a very historic event. This will help conservation officers better serve the community and protect the resources that we are mandated to do. On behalf of our team here, Officer Chuck Flores, Officer Gage Michael Santos, I want to thank everybody involved developing this program and getting it done on time. Thank you very much. Douglas Masi.
Then we have our Department of Corrections.
Happy New Year. Thank you, Senator. On behalf of the Department of Corrections, thank you. This is a long time coming. Finally, we have something to be able to work with and hopefully get our officers through this, physical requirements. Again, thank you on behalf of the Department of Corrections.
Judiciary? Anybody from Judiciary? Negative? BYA.
On behalf of the Department of Youth Affairs, I'd like to say thank you for everyone's support.
Ron Taitano.
Mode in which the disciplinary measures would be understood and applied. So, Lieutenant Taitano, you got the mic, sir.
Make it short, it was easy stuff. I had a good partner with now Judge Kwan. So it was just something that had to be done for clarity. And, everybody's followed suit. And now with the new revision, I think everything's going to be fine.
And then is the judiciary here? Well, we'd like to acknowledge their hard work as well. I want to thank all of you again for all your hard work that you did in contributing to ensuring that we got proper standards for each entity, and it was in relation to the work that you do. I hear you that we do need to have a AAA process for the post-commission, and I will be pushing for that next term. So we'll be pushing that with other senators as well, yes. And then, so thank you everyone for coming here today. Please remember to get a copy of your resolution. And thank you for your hard work. Happy New Year.